You have now reached a moment in time where you, the viewers, are about to be exposed to knowledge which your species has never heard about before. Here you are going to learn the truth about everything, beginning with why your species exists and why your species are the only living creatures on the planet that are capable of thinking and innovating technologies. And of course, you are going to be exposed to a lot more. So then prepare yourselves for the greatest revelation of your existence, as these secrets are going to be unveiled by the ones who call themselves the creators. From beyond.
This video was created to highlight who Charlie Kirk was. In our eyes, he was supposed to be playing an important role in the universe. And if you don't know what role I'm talking about, Charlie Kirk's role in the universe involved him trying to make you humans think. What I mean by that is, he, unlike others, was noticing how many of his fellow citizens were starting to show that they were losing their ability to reason logically, specifically the younger generation. Which to him, this was a tragedy, as this generation was expected to someday take over their country's future. So, in an attempt to change people's minds, or at least to try and get them to think, he began trying to persuade people to see logic. And the way he decided to do this was by debating with other humans. Sadly, many found his answers dangerous, not because they lacked sense, but because he was forcing people to confront truths. And I mean truths that many of them weren't ready to face. And going by your human history, knowing the truth has always been a problem for humanity, as the truth does hurt. While Charlie wasn't always right, he, unlike others, was trying his best to use logic to arrive at the truth of things. However, most of the people he debated with seemed to have come from either broken families or they were just victims of a confused upbringing, who had grown up around parents who had never taught them logic and common sense. So, of course, once they grew into adulthood, many of them then began shaping their own ways of thinking, which was dangerous, as they were trying to steer away from reality because reality felt too unpleasant or too heavy to face. In doing so, they opened the door to delusional ideas and theories, ones that were making little sense when measured against logic or the natural order. And Charlie Kirk saw that these false beliefs were beginning to spread, and not only that, they were clashing with the very foundations that had kept your species moving forward. And sadly, these were the humans that Charlie Kirk had decided to face. And he did that by trying to debate them, as he wanted to see if they could all reach a logical conclusion together. Which unfortunately is the thing that got him killed. Because of that, he will never get to finish the role he was meant to play. Well, let me assure you that it is not over. Because as I said before in our other videos, your species is still part of our experiment. And we don't want your species to fail this evolution experimentation. So, as a result, we decided to develop another Charlie Kirk type figure. Like him, he or she is going to be expected to carry on where Charlie Kirk left off. And the reason why we decided to do that has to do with the fact that your species has been failing in our so-called experiment, which answers why lately you humans have been seeing a lot of strange flying objects hovering over the planet. And for your information, there's nothing to be scared about. These flying objects that you've been seeing in the skies have been monitoring everything that has been happening on planet Earth. And let me just say, everything that you humans have been doing so far, including all the recent changes that have taken place over the last couple of decades, well, we're not too happy about it. According to my analysis, you are not progressing in the way we expected you would. Instead, you humans seem to have decided to take a step backwards, which is a problem that seems to have started during the late 20th century. And let me tell you, this lifestyle is dangerous for so many reasons. For one, when we decided to design your species, our intention was to create a progressive species who would during its lifetime slowly transform into something greater. If you don't believe me, then go ahead and follow your history, and there you will see what has been happening for over the last thousands of years. But if you don't know how to read, then let me tell you what has been happening since we deposited your species on this planet. According to human history, your species did progress in knowledge, tools, and ways of living, which kept on happening until your species was able to advance to the point of becoming what you humans are today. And of course, it wasn't supposed to end right there. The 21st century was supposed to be the century where members of your species were supposed to become something you can only imagine in science fiction. This transformation would have led your species to want to take part in progressive projects that would have led you to become a futuristic, sophisticated species capable of creating technologies powerful enough to carry you into deep space. Unfortunately, as you can see, that vision has stalled. Instead of accelerating forward, you've slowed, distracted by conflict, division, and delusion. Progress is no longer the steady climb it was meant to be. And if that path is not reclaimed, the future you were designed for will slip out of reach. So this is why people like Charlie Kirk must exist. Their purpose on this planet is to be a voice in advocating for logical thinking, something Charlie Kirk himself was trying to accomplish in his own country.
Pick debates. I'm here to try to teach. So, what do you tend to be more conservative or liberal?
More liberal.
Okay. Tell me how you got to that way, and tell me. This is not a trick. I'm not here to debate college kids. I'm here to try to teach. If someone debates me, I'll debate back. But
I mean, it's kind of just what aligns with my morals. I'm myself. I'm a queer person, and I know that you have a lot of stuff that you wouldn't agree with me on. But I think it's important to actually debate the topics and not just fight, so.
I totally agree. Can I ask a dumb question?
Yeah.
When I grew up, calling someone queer was like a slur. Can you tell me what that means? I mean that sincerely. And how is it different than just saying you're lesbian or bisexual or gay?
So it can be different for everyone because gender, sexuality, it's a spectrum just like anything else. And for me personally, I like everyone.
No, but what does queer mean though?
Queer, it's just a label.
What does the label mean?
It's different for everyone.
Okay. No, I know, but that doesn't.
I hear people going, "Oh my God."
No, I just want I want a definition. I mean, I'm not trying to put you as a trap though. I mean this because when I grew up, if I called somebody queer, I would get in trouble. Just give me like a working definition.
Yeah. So queer is just something that you identify as with your sexuality.
Well, it looks like I have reached the end of this video. But before I go, please allow me to relay a final message to you humans. Humans from all parts of the world, I want you to know that there is far more to this universe than what any of you can imagine. So we implore you to be careful how you act, as this planet is not yours alone. I understand that some of you may feel relief or even joy at the loss of a challenger like Charlie Kirk, but here's the thing. Many of you do not have the slightest idea why humans like him exist, just like you don't know the actual reason why your species even exists. So I say to you before you celebrate, be careful what you destroy, and be even more careful what you call progress. Because believe it or not, your evolution is being watched.